game at Texas. Finally get to come back home for the whole month of December and just kind of touch on the Texas game leading into tomorrow night's game as well.
I thought we played really well. I thought we had a great game plan, but more importantly, I thought our kids really executed our game plan. And I was really proud of how hard they played. Obviously, you're playing a top 25 team, and you had a chance to win. You had a shot to win it, and that's all you can really ask for. When you play a team like that, I thought we played really well, did some good things, and but you always leave there, wanting that last shot to go in.
The team after a game like that, knowing you had the shot to win it there in the last shot, they got to be hungry to get back on the floor, right?
I think our guys are excited. I think we meet every Sunday and do academics, and then there's sometimes that we'll do some film. We showed some film last night, and I think that the guys' mentality was, we kind of let it get away. There's a lot of possessions where we just had a little bit of slippage here and there, and they're a really good team. So, and you're never going to be perfect. You're never going to play a perfect game, but I thought our guys were in a really good mindset. But like I told them, we got 5 in a row at home. I said it all along. November, we just had to survive November. It's been really, really difficult with the amount of games that you had to play, true road games, and the caliber that you're playing, the teams you're playing, excuse me. But I think we survived that, and we're looking forward to being at home and hopefully playing well at home. Going into December and into league.
Coach, you believe in moral victories?
No, not really. The thing is, Rick. Obviously, I know where we're at, and I know where we're at in the process of building a program. I thought it was a big, it was a good step forward for us to go there and compete like that. But it'd have been even bigger if we could have figured out a way to win it. But when you take a step back and, like I did on the ride home, and, you realize where the program was 18 months ago, in every facet, to where we are today, where we had literally a shot to win it. Sometimes, you got to take a step back and realize how far you've come, but you also know that you got a long way to go. But, we're excited about where we're at. I think we're building something really special here. I think that, we're moving forward in the process, and I thought the last game at Texas was evidence of that.
So you get this close against Texas on the road. You don't believe in moral victories. I don't know if that's balanced off what happened at Cameron Indoor with Stephen F. Austin, could be the biggest upset in maybe 15, 20 years in regular season.
Sure.
How does that bode? How does that relate to the conference, and how does that bode for what's coming down the road?
I think our league, Kyle said it after the Duke game, and I said it after the Texas game. Our league has gotten a lot better. There's so much parity in college basketball today. You can just look at the NCAA tournament every year, the upsets that happen, so there's a lot of parity. But I think it bodes well for our league. I think that our league has represented themselves really well in the preseason, and us playing Texas really close. Stephen F. obviously winning at Duke, which is, I was in the ACC. That's almost unheard of. We did it when I was at State, and we had a huge celebration and painted the tower red at NC State. So I know how hard that is. So obviously for Stephen F. to do that, it bodes well for them, and they got it rolling again.
Coach, LeAndre Washington came in to the game on Saturday and really kind of provided kind of a steadying influence for the offense. I guess, have you decided, moving forward, if you're going to switch anything up as far as starting him or anything like that?
No, we haven't. We'll talk. We're going to talk about that a lot probably after this game. We're not going to change anything right now, but obviously LeAndre is playing really well. I think that he has shown how much he's needed on our team. And he's going to play a bulk of minutes, especially at that position, just because it allows us to have another ball handler and playmaker on the floor. So I'm really happy with where LeAndre's at. I think he's starting to become more consistent on a daily basis, which has allowed him to be more consistent in games. So hopefully that can carry over into tomorrow night.
Coach, your last shot at Texas, was it something you called and planned, or was it just?
Yeah, we put. Obviously, they called a timeout. They had 1.5 guys, guarding, Drew. We wanted to set a high ball screen at the middle of the floor and then let LeAndre read it and see if he can turn the corner and get drew a shot. But we just, in those situations, I think you got to really space the floor because it's not a lot of time to come down and run a lot of stuff. But I thought we had a pretty good look at it. And to be honest with you, I mean, it's the same place that he made the last three that he took. So it just rimmed out. I thought we had a really good look. Drew had a wide open three out of a timeout, with about a minute and a half left that, he probably makes 6 or 7 out of 10 of those, I think, if you do it, do the math. I thought we executed great. It was just wide open, just missed. And then the last shot, or the time before, we ran a set to get Drew a look or Shamarcus on the block, and, they took Drew away, and Sham, kind of gave up on the seal because he thought Drew was shooting it, and we just had a little bit of slippage there. But I thought our kids executed really well, coming out of timeouts and doing the things we wanted to do, and we had a couple good looks at it, just didn't go in.
One other question, Coach. Are you, do you agree with facing Stephen F. Austin right out the chute? I mean, you probably are gonna have the biggest conference game, maybe the season, taking them on here in Lake Charles. They're coming off the Duke, you're coming off Texas. It's gonna be huge.
Yeah, it's a big game. Every game, every coach is going to say every game is big. But obviously, when you play in, we got 3 games before that though, so we're not looking too far ahead, Ron. But you never. Personally, I wish we weren't starting league games until after Christmas. I don't think that's good for anybody in our league. It's hard to get fans and students to come all across the country at a lot of places, especially in our league. And to have, for us, to have Stephen F. and Sam, at home during the holidays, I think is not advantageous for us. I personally am voting, and we'll talk about it in league meetings, to try to take away the bye weeks and actually move the league season back, until at least after Christmas. I think that's better for everybody. And I think that if all of us sit here in a room as coaches, I think, and administrators, I think they'd all come up with the same thing. So I don't know why that is, but it is what it is, and we'll be ready to play. And but right now we're looking forward to tomorrow night in Campbellsville, and they have our full attention right now, and we're going to concentrate on them.
Is that for a rhythm thing to kind of get, say you go the 30th of December and then the 2nd instead of the 21st, then you're off for 2 holidays essentially before you get back into any rhythm? Is that kind of what you're looking at?
Well, if I had our way to go into, yes, I would much rather do that. I think it opens up some time, to play your preseason games as well. You look at the first, 8 games that we played, we're all, just so tight together. I just think it bodes well for the conference moving forward. I think it's something we really seriously need to think about and talk about, but nothing's going to change right now. And, it's, as a coach, I always think about what ifs, but the schedule's what it is, and we're going to play it and get ready to play, and hopefully have a really good league season. And obviously playing Stephen F. on the 21st of December is, it's what it is, and we need to get the community here and get the students to come back and see if we can pack this thing. But again, that's a long way down the road. We got 3 games before that.
Tomorrow's game, a game you guys are going to be favored to win. Coming off of Saturday, such an emotional game on the road against the Power 5 team, will it be difficult at all, I guess, to get your team's attention and ready for a team like, tomorrow night's game?
You always worry about that a little bit, David, but we talked about that last night. We got at the end of the day, Texas is over. Win or lose, Texas is over, and the next game comes. And, we have to be ready to play. And that's our job as coaches, our job as players, and to be ready to play no matter who we play and where we play and when we play. You only get so many of them. There's only 31 of them on your schedule, and you can never get them back. So we have to be ready to go, for tomorrow night come tip time.
Before the season, we talked about, you were looking at, obviously the schedule was tough, but your progression as a team was more important.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been happy with all of that as of now and seeing what you saw at Texas?
I think that, and I said this to Rick, I'm not a moral victory guy, but when you look at, we're at UL, 1 possession game with under a minute, at New Mexico, 1 possession game, under a minute. At Texas, 1 possession game, under a minute. You know, we put ourselves in a position in 3 really, really, you know, quality programs. And so I'm happy with where we are, where we're moving towards. You know, we've come a long way in a year. We're not anywhere close to where I want to be as a program, but we've definitely moved in the right direction. We just have to continue to get better. And I told our team that last night in our meeting that, you know, we have to take care of today. You know, this practice today and, you know, 45 minutes or so is going to be really, really important. And honestly, that's just how we're taking it.
Last year, we had a different competition level, obviously. But you had a lot of games where you were in at the final minute going in and you couldn't close the deal. What can you learn from the times at the Texases and places like that you can go to as you get in the league?
Well, I think, you know, the biggest thing we have to do is figure out, I think, you know, just to continue to get stops when we need to get stops late in the game. You know, a key rebound, being able to knock down free throws, not turn the ball over, really truly be able to execute and not think, oh, well, this, you know, he's going to shot, or I forgot to do this. Just being able to truly execute. And you know, I think that the only way to learn how to win is to do it. You know, you just have to figure out a way to get over the hump. Every game presents a different challenges, but once you do, then that's how, you know, winning breeds winning. So just the only way to do that is to figure out how to win.
Coach, earlier today, Will Wade, he had his press conference and he mentioned something a little kind of interesting. He said, you know, something about, very vague, but he said our next voyage, one of our next in-state voyages could be to Lake Charles. He didn't necessarily say playing McNeese, but he said could be to Lake Charles. I know you guys, you know, are familiar with each other from, you know, previous times coaching. Is there anything you can say about that, or have you guys had discussions about them coming here? That would obviously be just, you know, huge for the city, the university, everything like that.
You know, Will and I are friends, so we talk quite a bit. You know, talk a lot of things out, not just basketball. But you know, we haven't talked, you know, about anything like that in concrete yet. But you know, we're good friends, and you know, I think he's done a great job at LSU. And you know, he and I, when I was at State and he was at VCU, we spent quite a bit of time together. And I'd go down and watch practice, and you know, we'd sit next to Noah quite a bit. He's a really, really good guy.
Coach, branching off of what you said a little while ago, just being ready for the next opponent. With the loss at Texas, don't you think maybe that would do the opposite and kind of spark your team to know that they can play with anybody that's left on their schedule?
I think so, Taylor, and that's how we've kind of taken it. Is you know, I think our guys are hungry to get back on the floor. I think they left there. In the locker room, there wasn't a sense of, oh gosh, that was great. It was a sense of disappointment. And I think that was probably the thing that I was the most proud of. It was a somber locker room. It wasn't anything that was like, hey, we just played Texas really close. They were disappointed that they lost the game. We were all disappointed. We all thought that, you know what, we let one get away. So I think that these guys are going to be ready to go tomorrow, and I think every night that they play. You know, outside of the Richmond game, you know, this team is you know, answered the bell and rang the bell when it was time. And even the Richmond game, for the first, you know, it just got away from us for about 6 minutes. But this team is proven that they're ready to play on game night, and I think that we've gotten more consistent in practice. And as soon as the game was over, I mean, guys were talking about, you know, we got to get better. You know, we just got to continue to get better, and we got a long season ahead.
All right, Coach, appreciate it.
Thank